Hey guys, Bay here bringing you Captain Tsubasa Dream Team, and today I would like to talk about the new info that arrived. It's MISUGI-san. It's MISUGI-san. I love this character because I don't know how many of you know about the Super NES or NES game Captain Tsubasa that was released from Tecmo that does not exist anymore. It's now Koei Tecmo, but I used to play that game when I was a little, and ever since then, I loved MISUGI, Soda, and Matsuyama because simply because for MISUGI, although he has a handicap of heart disease, he was leading the team as a captain, and imagine if he didn't have his disease, he could have been better than Tsubasa. That really made me like this guy, and this guy is finally here. There was one MISUGI, 2018 national team MISUGI, but he was never like really focused actually. Although I think he's not bad, that blue MISUGI, he's not bad. He has a Insight Master, and his stats are fairly good, but because of all the other great characters, he was sort of like treated as like a second tier type of character. But that's why I really hope he shouldn't be treated like that, I personally think. So I really hope this MISUGI will be great. Yeah. So according to the info right here, he will have a great team skill which will boost OMF or AM characters by 15%. And from the recent all the recent characters team skills that came as a normal transfer, I assume this will not finish there. It will also have something afterwards. So it will boost the AM character by 15 plus, or boost something like Japanese 10% or something, I think. That's my assumption. I think we are now entering an era where we build a national team rather than nationality team than type team, which is good because type team, if you're making like a red team, when you go up against like blue team, you're like, before you even start a game, you feel like you're dead, right? But now that it's shifting to nationality, we could mix up the colors. We will eventually be able to mix up the colors, I think. As of today, I still think that color plus nationality is the strongest. So it's like Japanese agility 45 plus Roberto, which makes 49. That I think is something that is strongest today. But I have the feeling that Clap Games will shift the situation or to nationality mixed color era, so which I was really waiting for a long time. I've been saying it should be like that for a while. I think I started saying that like almost like 10 months ago or something, and it's finally coming, which is good. So I assume this guy's team skill will be something like that. And same thing with Chester, because they both, it says here that they both will have 15% boost to AM. Only AM, they say. So I don't think it's gonna be something like AM plus Japanese, AM plus European. I don't think so, because if that's the case, they should say something like AM plus forward or AM plus DM, right? Because think about characters like Hisho. He has some 15% boost to forward, OMF, or AM, or Asian 7, right? But these guys will only boost AM, which means it shouldn't limit the characters to like types or nationality additionally, right? So that's my assumption, and I hope it will also boost the Japanese or European 10% or something. Then it's gonna be really easy for us to build a good Japanese and European team. And I think there will be South American coming ahead too, if that's the case. So let's look forward to that as well for those who are creating South American team. Okay, and I just wish, since I talked a little bit about South American, why didn't they say Americas instead of South America? You know, what's gonna happen to the Mexicanos? There's great Mexican characters like Espadas, but he can't fit into these things, and they should have said Americanos instead of South America. You know, that will really yeah. Then that way, South American or the Americas, not Americanos, Americas. Sorry, Americas team could put like Salinas and Espadas, 2 goalkeepers, which is good. So yeah, I wonder why they didn't do that. You know, they're like Mexicanos are like alone sort of right now. So yeah, I hope something will happen to that. Anyways, so this MISUGI also, it says here that he will have a unique passive, and I had some messages on Twitter from various people saying, what does this passive mean? Does it mean if you use MISUGI on a bench, your team will have a 20% boost? No. According to what it says in the Japanese version, I think it's a bit hard to understand from this text, but it says if you use him from second half, or if you use him from later in the game, so if he's not a starter and you put him in later, then his stats will go up by 20%. MISUGI's stats will go up by 20%. That's what it said in the Japanese version. So for those who were sort of confused, I hope everything is clear now. So it doesn't boost the entire team, of course, but this passive, I think, is gonna be pretty damn good. 20% boost is insanely good, I think. Unless Club, when they create this MISUGI stats, they take into account this 20% and lower the stats on purpose from the beginning, then it might not be so good. But I don't think they'll do that, because then, you know, there's no point in giving him 20% boost and giving him a handicap on only being able to play the second half, right? So I think this character is gonna be good. Yeah. And let's take Sorimachi, the most recent normal transfer character who has hidden ability, as an example. His passive, his stats are like this. Well, I should have just, since I'm putting him as a captain, go from here. So I already did the limit break, but his stats are like this. Okay? So if you, okay, I have the limit break on here, so it's hard to understand. So let's just go to the player database and check it out. So here it is. So his stats are like this: 17,650 for offense, 14,356 for defense, 16,703 for physical. So that means if MISUGI's stats were like this, right? Let's multiply these stats by 20%. 17650 times 1.2 equals 21k, over 21k offense. 14,356 times 1.2 equals 17k, above 17k. And physical, 16703 times 1.2 equals 20k. So it's gonna be offense 21, defense 17, and physical 20. This is super strong, right? It's like Fest character, a strong Fest character. And even if MISUGI's original stats isn't as strong as Sorimachi, if you look at his defense, which is the weakest part of his stats, it's 14k, it's weak, right? But as you heard, if you do 20% on top of this 14, it's gonna be above 17k, right? So even if this MISUGI has 14k, which I doubt, he will probably at least exceed 15, I think. And if that's, even if 14 is the case, everything will become above 17. And if he has everything above 17, that's good. That is good. And I'm talking about like the least stats. I'm only imagining the lowest, if he gets the lowest stats, which I don't think will happen. So I'm pretty damn sure this Misugi is gonna be strong. We'll wait and see. They might announce some more details at today's club station, which will happen like afternoon in Japan. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this guy, especially this guy, because I love Misugi, and there wasn't any red Misugi for a long while. There's only 2 red Misugis in the game. One is overhead block Misugi, which is really old, and it's, to be honest, frankly speaking, that Misugi isn't that strong, right? You guys have to admit. So, and also the 2017 national team Misugi, which came like 10 months ago or something, right? Even for global. In Japan, it came like more than a year ago. So it's something many people were waiting for, I think. And that's why I really don't want Clap to let us down by giving him like shitty stats. And as you guys all know, Misugi is a really he can do anything basically. So he has all the skills from other Misugis. So he has S dribble, S pass. He's the only one who has drive past S, and he could do shot, A shot and S shot if you have the secret Misugi, and also he has S block. He has S tackle. He has A interception. So he has everything at a really high level. So depending on what kind of team you're building, you can customize your original Misugi, whether defensive or offensive, anything. So it's gonna be really good. I think he's gonna be a really average stats character because he's a midfielder, he's gonna be good. And plus, on top of this, he will have a hidden ability. And as we all know, hidden abilities, characters that has hidden ability is always strong, right? It's useful, at least. So I'm sure this Misugi will also be useful. Although one of the hidden ability they already announced is what is it called? I forgot. Bumpy field thing, which is not. Who cares about that? But he'll probably have 3 or 4 more slots. So we should look forward to that. And I assume something like Japanese player boost might be on, because he's like a captain type of character, and he's junior high or high school, right? That's when he was captain. So I think it's gonna be good. And as for Chester, he's gonna be blue. And it says here that he's gonna be a great passer, pass specialized, Franz Chester. So Chester is always a pass guy basically. So this guy might be really good too, as a real good passer assist character that could bring the ball up to the strong forward who has really high S rank skills. So this guy will most likely be useful as well for those who are going with European team or agility team. And if my assumption is right, and if he has good team skill that will boost European or OMF or AM, then this guy should be really, really strong. So those are my feelings about these 2 characters. And this time there's only gonna be 2 new characters, so I wonder how they will allocate the rate. Normally they bring 3 at a time, and every time when there's 3, it's like 0.33% each, right? And as at the 3rd step where they guarantee one, they'll give like 11.11% or something, and then it adds up to like 33%, so 1/3 chance of getting one of the new characters, right? But this time there's only 2, so I hope they make it like high, so that we still have like 1/3 chance of getting one of the 2. But I have the feeling that they won't, they'll just keep the same rate when they release 3 characters, which will mean we'll only have like 1% to get one of the 2. No, not 1. Like I don't know. 0.33 means no. 11% means like 1 out of 5. Yeah, 20%. But we'll see. It's gonna come on Friday, and it's always exciting to wait for a new character, especially if you like the character, right? And of course, together with the new character, there will be the hidden ability stage. That's nothing special, but yeah. And also, there's gonna be a training camp again, where you collect these medals to exchange to us at a special exchange shop, and it shows here that there will be Tsubasa, Wakabayashi, and Schneider Blackballs, at least. And I'm sure there's gonna be more, and it's gonna be broken down. Separated into 2 periods, so it's gonna switch. The lineup will change. First half and second half, so there's gonna be probably like 14 different character black balls or something from my experience of playing the past ones. And speaking of experience, whenever they bring these dedicated black balls, it's when they release these characters, right? It wasn't 100% like that. In the past, I remember there was Wakashimazu Black Ball, but there were never any Wakashimazu at the time. So that might be the case for some characters, but I think some characters will be released very shortly. So you guys ready for Wakabayashi, dude? I received many comments saying I want the DC to be Wakabayashi. I agree. I definitely agree. I do too, because I'm using Wakabayashi a lot. Especially on my Japanese account, I have SGGK level 89. I'm using the red Wakabayashi, but recently it's starting to get tough to stop shots with that Wakabayashi. So I'm really looking forward to a better Wakabayashi now. So I'm on the same boat with you guys, but I just feel that they won't bring him as like a fest or collection just yet. Yeah, I don't know. It's just my guess. I might be wrong. So. But I'm being a bit pessimistic about this because they never brought any. Only Morisaki was the Dream Collection or Fest goalkeeper, even after 1.5 years. So it's hard for me to assume that they will bring Wakabayashi. He's like the greatest goalkeeper in the manga, and will they do that is the question. But I'm hoping they do. Of course. So let's hope that these characters, Schneider too, he's a great character. He might come. I don't think he'll come as a fest or collection because there was recently a Dream Fest of Schneider. But anyways, even as a normal character, if Schneider comes, I think it's gonna be something good. So yeah, let's look forward to all these. And yeah, that's about it, I guess. And there's no global share announcement yet, so do we have to collect these medals alone? Only in the club? If that's the case, then it might be really difficult for some people because it only gives you 1 week period to collect. Well, it has 2 weeks period, but the lineup will change, and part 1 time is only up to 18th. So yeah, it's like 1 week time for each. Part 1 and part 2. So I hope they bring the global share soon. Yeah. So I hope you liked the video. Please do subscribe and stay tuned for my next video. And I'll definitely be pulling on Friday or at the latest Saturday. So stay tuned for that, alright? And I think many of you already know, but when I put the title in English, Captain Tsubasa Dream Team, that means I'm going to be doing it in English. And if I put the title in Japanese and also some part in English, that means I'll basically speak in Japanese, but sometimes I speak a little bit of English in the middle. So yeah, just so that you know. Alright? Thanks for watching and stay tuned. Bye!